Good day, everyone. This is Onion. It's Sunday, March 7th. Today I'm going to go over IDEX with you, look at some technical insight, some recent news, short selling and institutional activity, and then some other things I'm going to touch on. I've put this on the my list of day trades for the next 4 to 6 weeks because I like the action, and the share float is pretty small. So I apologize for the following video. I've been trading for a long time, but my videos are new. I've just been doing this for about a month and the sound's usually off, and the and the graphics are usually terrible. But hopefully, the information following can help you out. Okay, so we'll start with the technical insight. This is the 1 year chart, but I'm going to go down to the 6 week, the short term, just for day trading purposes. Get an idea of the more recent action here, and you can see it's definitely downward trend. Lots of good spreads every day, so it is. If you get in low and sell high, it's very good here, or even selling short is good. But there was one bullish indicator that was triggered on Friday. And I believe because I do a few of the companies that I follow have the same hammer pattern here, and that's just because the whole market dove and then went back up, right? So that might be a false buy, or that might be a reversal. We'll need Monday to confirm that for sure. But for the indicators, all the indicators are still, bearish. It's all on a downward trend. There is no sign of reversal here yet. Momentum's down, everything's down, and the relative strength is still, it's not high, but it's at 37. So if there is a downward trend, there is still room to go. So these are the rest of the indicators here. I'll just scroll down so you can see. Now there aren't any analysts covering IDEX right now. I usually have the analysts here, but what I'm going to look over first is the news with you, because this company really moves with news, and anyone that trading this or been holding it for a while knows that. So like you have these news reports here, and there's nice movement, but there is a movement going down, and if the last news release about this offering, on Monday, that's really bringing the price down. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Now, the just a general overview of the company, and for those of you that have been trading this for a while know this, but the high market cap for the sales, like it's very high, but the shares it's a low share float, so that's actually not too bad, to trade, and that's why it's moving. That's why the stock price moves the way it does. But about that offering, I have it up here. I was reading over it, and like they have a lot of good, solid recent developments here. If you read this here, it's pretty good. But you look at the risk factors, and this is common when they put out an offering, companies put out an offering, they have to put risk factors and everything here. And it's like dilution, right? They talk about dilution a lot. They're never going to pay dividends, or they don't see them ever paying dividends. And it's they're saying diluting is going to cause the stock price to fall. And it's true, right? And again, this is not like a big surprise. Most companies say this, but when you're putting $150 million, worth of shares to, a float that's 370, 371 right now, that's really going to dilute it. So, at today, Friday's close, if you add another 100 million or 80 million shares, you're really going to pump up that market cap. And there's no fundamental reason for it to be that high. So the share price, it's dilution, right? Dilution is never a good thing. Um, if we go over the short and institutional activity, this is over the past 2 weeks, and you can see here it's not great. Like 20% is it seems to be the average now, but you got a lot of days that really drop. Like this one, February 23rd, only 12%. That was that's odd to see such high numbers and just 12 there. So maybe there was a short sale restriction that day or something. I'm not too sure, but now the last time I checked that this morning. And if you wanted to borrow to sell short, the interest rate is 2.32%, the borrow rate. So it's really not that expensive. It's pretty good. And the shares available are 2.2 million. But that can change, throughout the day. It might change tomorrow. I track it just daily, but even throughout the day that can change. The put to call ratio, excuse me, has been unchanged since February 26th, and it's 1.18. So there are more puts to calls on this, but it's not that much of a difference. institutional owners, there's 77. They own 17, just over 17 million shares, and the percentage of the float is 7.31%. That's what they own. Now, if we look here, this is the morning star report, and you can see it's been tracking them for a few years here, and they actually have a fair value of $4. And the last close was $2.85. So this was based on metrics and everything. It just measures different points and valuation and performances and financials and stuff, and it gets a number together. So their fair value they're saying is 3.97 or $3.97. So according to the quant computers, right now IDEX is undervalued by about $1. If we look at the Reuters report here, they have a average score of a 3. That's 3 out of 10. So it has dropped. They did have a score of 5 here. So if you don't, this is a fairly long report. So I'm not going to go through it with you, but I'm going to scroll down in case you don't get it. Then you can just pause and look here. Nothing really, sticks out to me on this one here. Like there's a few points that aren't measured because it is a small company, right? Small share float. So not a lot of people do measurements on companies like this, but overall it's not bad. This is what this is what sticks out to me, right? Like 600% increase 1 year. That's a lot, right? So it's just bound to come down unless there's something that changes, right? Unless something changes, it's going to come down. So that's the end of the report here. Oh yeah, that's just all the tips and everything at on the bottom. We look here. This is the insider trading report. The nice thing I see here is you see these spikes and you don't see any of the insiders selling. So that to me is a good sign. Normally when you see spikes like this in companies that, really don't have a future, I don't like to say that, but like ones that, the CEO or whatever, they might be questioning, you'll see these spikes, you'll see all these red dots everywhere where like all the insiders are selling. There's nothing here. Over the last 12 months, there has been no selling. So that's a good thing. You have here, this is the activity over the past 12 months, very little activity. And overall, the CEO, this is the CEO's holdings, this is the CFO's holdings, and I don't think anybody else, no, there's no officer holdings there. So that's so that's the insider activity. So yeah, that's basically it. This is just a quick rundown. I'm very interested in selling or day trading this company, and the only reason is I've been looking at it for a while just to get a feel of the way it trades and it spreads, and they're very nice. But the one thing that really when you get a company with such a low share float and they do such a large offering, it's going to drive the price down. So I'm giving it probably a 30-day target. It's going to be in around $2, probably below $2. Again, that can change. This is just based on my technical insight in that. But it obviously can change. News can come out, and then all the overlays, everything I did will be useless.
So overall with IDEX, I it's going to be a nice downside day trade. They have a few things against them, like the class action lawsuit is not good. The investigation that the SEC is doing on them is not good, and the dilution is not good. So there's pretty much three strikes right there. So I do see the share price going down, especially if they do start diluting the float and putting more shares out there. It's just going to drive the share price even lower. But until then, it's a good day trade on the downside. It's going to be you can probably day trade this for a good 4 to 6 weeks with nice spreads. And just play careful. And RSI, if you look at the charts, this is a technical trade right now. It's following momentum, and RSI almost textbook. So it's very good that way. I hope this video helps. I'm gonna be updating this. Like I'll be trading this myself for 4 to 6 weeks. So I'll be updating this daily with short interest and activity and institutional activity if there is any. So good luck to everyone next week. Have a great day today and take care.